Okay. Oh, mali pa yung ito, guys. Parang hindi pa yung makasearch. Because their dreams are being accomplished. Okay. Okay. So, it's gonna be like that. Okay. Shout out also to my classmate who are now teaching chemistry in Virginia, USA. My classmates are all, are all really in academic. Not all, majority of them are in academic. They're just trying to tell me when I will be able to be in the academy also. They love it to be in their field also. Oh my gosh. Shout out also to, Engineer Timothy Edulantes, instructor also of chemistry and chemical engineering subjects in University, Wales, United Kingdom. He is our top number one in our class. Things like that. And we agreed in some things also. Things like this. He pushed me to take bachelor's in chemistry. I don't know why. And he's taking master's in physics. Oh my gosh. Nakakaloka. Diba? Shout out to you, Sir Tim. Okay. So, I have also one classmate who is now risk and safety manager. Okay, risk and safety manager in Tayo Eden, Philippines. Okay, next up. Shout out to you, Sir Rowell, Bustillo. And I have also one classmate who is now the vice president of what is one? Like, what kind? Producing books company. This is the one I engaged with in my college along with Engineer Anna Morosaliti, in which we won first place in slogan making contest in CIT University. So we are three at that time. Second year college, we represent our department in chemical engineering in slogan making contest. And these two engineers, they said this other Anna Morel is now in Canada. I'm not really that sure, but this Muriel is in the Philippines, but he is now the assistant vice president of the company. Things like that. Oh my gosh! So high. Okay. It's gonna be like that. And a lot of my classmates also become the general manager. Shout out to Floria Sigunju. She became a general manager also in, Gaizano Corporation. Things like that in Cebu. Okay, general manager, things like this. Okay, maybe I am only the one who are in the low profile. Oh my gosh. Still engineer up to this point. Never climbed to one step ladder. Because I don't fun in taking risk also. I'm not a risk taker. But in singing, I am a risk taker. I need to belt out highest difficulty songs by Aerosmith, Air Supply, name it. Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, name it. I could manage. But I'm not risk taker in my profession. I'll be afraid, especially in overseas. I remember, guys. Sorry, I have to tell the truth. Okay. I remember, guys. I also chosen as the safety section head of Al-Qarian Steel Company, Saudi Arabia. But I never also accept the challenge. I'll be covering branches of Al-Kubar, Jeddah, and all branches of Al-Qarian Steel Company. Safety section head. But I'll never go with it. I'll go to Qatar. Because they are simultaneously offered to me, and I have to choose one only. Okay? Things like that. Sometimes also if you have I'm not telling I have so many qualifications. Sometimes also if you are blessed with like this, 3 opportunities will come in one time. You have to choose only one, things like that. Because, apart from that also. Thank you, Lord! Okay, apart from that also, I was also chosen to become the safety supervisor of, what's this company? Nutri Asia, Philippines. Okay, I was offered something about that, like that. And okay, there are three: the Qatar, the Saudi Arabia, the Al Qaeda Steel Company. Okay, that was Layton. Layton kasi international Australian-owned company. I go to Layton company. Okay, in Qatar. Okay, and then the other one is the local one, Nutri Asia. You know that? One of the popular, just like the Universal Revenue Corporation. I have to choose only one. I can't give it myself. Okay, things like this. Okay. So going back, so that's why I'm telling you, be attentive in your class, things like that, study a lot. So those things I'm telling you, you'll be applying that also in taking examinations. Facing a lot of job panel interviews, things like that. And you should not be afraid. You should make them afraid. You will not be afraid, things like that. Then put in yourself that you will ask them, not they will ask you. It's not, they will threaten them. Okay, by your answers. Things like that. You get the point. But I was not lucky in the Universal Revenue Corporation, huh? Okay, I was not chosen because the girl is chosen. As a safety engineer, we are only two in the final round. Things like that. And according to them, based on my, okay, that was for salary issue. Okay, because the girl is working in local for the rest of her life, and then me have overseas experience, and they normally calibrate what is this one? Asking salary. Maybe that's too high, and they cannot give, things like this. Okay, there's an issue of salary, and that girl will only accept what the minimum or the average salary that Universal Revenue Corporation can offer. Okay, that's why. Okay, so still panel interview. There are 7 different managers that will be facing your interviews, things like this. Okay, you get the point? So things like that, right? Okay, now we're going back to our topic again, ATP. Okay, so capital A, capital T, capital P. Oh, capital means big. Synonym terms. Capital is also big. Okay, big letters, capital letters. Okay, that's the point. It's not the same with capital city of Thailand, Bangkok, things like that. That is not the same. That's only homonym. Homonym, the same spelling but different in meaning. You get the point? So you will use it in a sentence. The same spelling but different meaning, just like capital city and capital word. It's not the same in application, right? Because we say capital word, that is basing on the font, F-O-N-T, or the size of the letters, right? If you talk about capital city, meaning that is the main city in the particular country. Okay, or principal main place for a particular country in which the industrialization activities taking place. Okay, or higher per capita revenue, things like that. Okay, gross capital for their profit in terms of, tourism, economics. Okay, you get the point. So that's main reasons of declaring a city, right? The revenue, the per capita income, things like that. Atmosphere in that particular city. Okay, qualifications and or a capital city, right? Okay, so nilayo na ko. So we're going back to ATP. Okay, adenosine. Nakakaloka. Adenosine Triphosphate. Okay. Okay, during your memorization, okay, the first technique is to scrutinize, okay, the word letter by letter. Things like that. If there are 2 words, 3 words, then scrutinize that words for words, like that. Okay? So ATP, adenosine, T means tri, P means phosphate, meaning there are 3 phosphate group in this particular organic compound. Okay, that's your main clue here. At the point, an adenosine, okay, adenosine is derived from adenine. Right? Adenine is a nucleotide base for your DNA. Yeah, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid of our genes. Okay, that is adenine. Okay, that's why it's to be added. So that's why ATP is very important because there's an adenine there, a component of our DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid of our genetic information is by scrutinization and examination by the words only alone without looking at the book. The point is going to be things like that. Visual inspection terminology to terminology can help us understand and comprehend. Okay, and that's very clear. So it's not our concentration or focus to give okay, the Haworth projection, okay, Haworth projection and the Fisher projection chemical formula. We are not interested by that. We will go directly to the concepts and principles of ATP. Now, we go back to the first, ang tinugdan sa tanan, the first natural biochemical reaction. Yeah, it's gonna be bio because it's life, right? Okay, life of the plants. Okay, so shall we say biochemical reaction is gonna be, we go back to photosynthesis. Okay, so photosynthesis, as far as I remember, this is discussed in grade 3 or grade 4 elementary level. Okay, photosynthesis. Okay, like that. Okay, like that. And it's in there also in our elementary level, it's discussed symbiosis relationship, then the cycle, if you can still remember that, for example, predator, commensalism, like that. You remember that one? That's cycle, carnivorous, herbivorous, omnivorous, like that. And the I cannot explain further, right? The mosquito will become a butterfly, things like that. The stages. Okay, to the point. So things like that. That's biology, right? And it will become a butterfly after. You get the point? So that's gonna be the stage, the cycle. I don't exactly remember that cycle really is, but that is very common in our elementary level, right? Okay? So ganun. Okay? So we have also symbiosis relationship. Okay? Of our, study in biology. Symbiosis is the give and take relationship of our plants and animals, things like that. Okay? So, photosynthesis is a reaction that involves the light energy of the sun, okay, to manufacture the glucose from the chlorophyll to produce, again, adenosine triphosphate together with carbon dioxide and water. Things like that. Okay? So, let's show this in a general chemical reaction. So we cannot avoid that we need to balance the chemical reaction so that we can understand really what's happening. Okay? So the stoichiometric relationship or reaction or driven by photosynthesis. Okay? Like that. So in elementary, I can still remember, okay, it's gonna be like that. So we have the chlorophyll. You know the chlorophyll, guys, as far as I can remember, I memorized this in high school. Okay, as far as I can remember, there are, memory recall, memory in, Junjun. Okay, there are 55 atoms of carbon. Okay, So I'm trying to familiarize with it to the ramble problem because chlorophyll is very complex organic compound. You cannot memorize the structures due to its complexity. Okay? Imagine for 55 atoms of carbon. How can you draw that in a Haworth projection and a Fisher projection chemical representation or structural chemical representation? So we have 55 atoms of carbon, 78 atoms, 7 atoms of hydrogen reflected in my brain cells. And then we have nitrogen 4 atoms, oxygen 5 atoms, and magnesium. Wow, I love magnesium. Really, magnesium. Magnesium is found in water as a mineral. At the same time, also can be found a trace of magnesium in banana. Same with potassium. So it's going to be a little bit help of our bone health. So in collaboration of calcium and sodium and phosphorus. Okay, but calcium is the main actor or a key player for the bone health but there will be a little bit of, combination of helping with each other with magnesium, sodium, and phosphorus, especially phosphorus, right? And then it will be, it will be driven more by the vitamin D absorption, okay, the calcium, to avoid osteoporosis and osteomalacia, okay, disease of the bone, okay, calcium deficiency or tantamount to vitamin D deficiency. Okay, so I remember magnesium, okay, things like that. Okay, like that. So, this is gonna be our general chemical formula of our chlorophyll. Why I need to emphasize this? Because this contains chloroplasts, okay, in the leaf, the green leaf of the plant, in which it will be absorbing the glucose here, capturing the glucose by this chlorophyll, and then this will be our raw material, okay, together with the rapid oxidation. Oh my gosh, rapid oxidation, I love it. Rapid oxidation is going to be the reduction and oxidation chemical reaction. Oh my gosh, Lewis theory of acidity and basicity can be applied also here. A combination of inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry. Oh my gosh, really? Yeah. Okay, it's going to be like that. Okay, go back to this. Okay. So we capture the glucose from the chlorophyll and we need only to focus for the glucose. So we have here. Let's try this to be straightforward because I don't have laboratory just to show I have to extract glucose from chlorophyll. How many? It's not quantitatively explained. It's not more on quantitative explanation. Okay, this is more, theoretical explanation that sometimes we need to go direct. Okay, you get the point? So this, for example, I've shown you that the experimental evidences of how many tests in the laboratory, sorry, we can get glucose from chlorophyll. Okay, C6H12O6. Okay, glucose that amount to inositol and dextrose, They are isomers with each other. Dextrose also is a glucose formula. Okay, the same. The same chemical formula but differs in their chemical application and uses, that is isomers. Okay, like that. Get the point. So, oh my gosh, wait. Oh my gosh. I love green, environmentalist. Right? I can still remember because my masteral is Masters of Science in Environmental Science, in which I did not finish. Okay, C6H12O6 plus oxygen gas. We talk about oxygen gas. If you add it in a reactor, that will be automatically declared as rapid oxidation. What do you mean rapid? Because the result will be quicker. It will yield the result naturally, immediately. Okay, meaning to say you don't have to adjust the operating parameters, or you don't need to optimize, operating conditions just to yield the products. No, it's not like that. It's quicker. It's rapid by nature. Things like that. It's a rapid oxidation. Things like that. And they will produce carbon dioxide and water. Like this. This is the basic photosynthesis. And then we need to introduce the chemical light energy from the sun. I will draw here our Father. The Father of all the universe is the Sun. Okay. And Sun is known as Proxima Centauri, the scientific name of Sun. Proxima Centauri. Or shall I say, the biggest star in the universe. The biggest star in the universe. Okay. Why we produce the sun? Because 15 billion years ago, the planetary mixtures and heavenly bodies are being collapsed with each other, bombarded with each other, and it produces different types of universal heavenly bodies, including the comets, the stars, the mixtures, the Milky Way, the galaxy, including the sun and the planets. So that was 15 billion years ago due to Big Bang Theory. Okay, without Big Bang Theory, our planet Earth will not exist and we are not here. according to science, right? I'm talking about the scientific explanation. Get the point? So, due to Big Bang Theory, 15 billion years ago, okay, there will be bombarding of heavenly bodies, and then it produces like this, planets and everything. That's why we have the solar system and the universe. Okay, and that's why we need to study planetary science and astronomy, the branch of science that deals with the study of the universe, right? Astronomy. Okay, is the branch of science that deals with the study of the universe and heavenly bodies. Am I correct? Right? That was elementary also. I memorized. Oh my gosh. Oh, what's happening to the ink? Oh my gosh, I need to make my own ink. Okay, but I don't have laboratory. Okay, because I know the formula. How to make an ink. Oh my gosh. Ganun ba, Julius? Ganon! Oh, speaking about ink, guys, I need to confess my, if you try to recall your memory, beautiful memories, right? You'll be enlightened and fulfilled even though sometimes you cannot make it, you fail to achieve what you like to achieve. So even though in that manner, you can still be happy. Things like that, okay? So when I was in, after graduating in chemical engineer, I was licensed chemical engineer at that time already. And I tried to apply different, jobs in MAPSA, Cebu City. Things like the Center of Electronics Industrialization, industries. Things like I applied in, what do you call this one? A company of ink. Okay, things like that. Lexmark. Okay, I could still remember the company. Okay, Lexmark. And we have so many applicants there. I think they'll pay 50 plus. Let's just assume 50 plus. Okay, Lexmark. And there's a lot of applicants, fighting with each other from University of San Jose Recoleras, University of San Carlos, and CIT University. CIT is not a university before. Just Cebu Institute of Technology. And we have a lot of applicants there. Okay, like that, competing, examination, blah, 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 so and so. Okay, I was lucky. I don't know why, in my younger days, I really belong to the lucky, people who will always try to be screened out in the first stage of elimination round during application process. I just don't know. Okay, maybe it's a gift from God. Okay, not maybe, it's sure it's a gift from God. Okay, things like that. Okay, so it's getting from 50 plus, it narrowed down to 10 plus. After this, there's an initial interview, things like I could still remember it, guys. Okay, very strict HR, the girl with the long hair, things like that. Oh my gosh. And then there's strict, and there's an initial interview with 3 or 4 people in front of you. And then this time you'll become 5. I still passed also from that 5. Okay, and then last stage is 3. Okay, as far as I can remember, it was only lucky. I'm not really, I am favoring our school. I'm not telling that, okay? So there were 2 CITs and 1 USC, University of San Carlos. Okay? To tell you honestly. Okay, and we are 2. And I was expecting like that I would get sleep because I deliver my answers very well. Oh my gosh. I was not called. Okay? I was not called for how many weeks, and I'm very, very sad because I want to become the chemical engineer or, Lexmark, ink for computers. Things like that. Okay? The product. Okay. We passed already the 3 and USC is eliminated. Me also is eliminated. And the other one remains is my friend. Shout out! Shout out, Sir Sigmund Adora. Sir Sigmund Adora is going to pass in chemical engineering, okay? He is the one who passed. Okay, I called the HR. Ma'am, ano ko na dawat, ma'am? Sabi ako, because I'm very, very confident. You know what the HR says? We need taller. We need taller guy to reach the height of the ink platform. How shallow is that kind of, answer? Because their ink is very high and you are shorter than the other guy. But of course, I will never tell my classmate because we are friends. Okay? Like that. In my point of view, only for the height. I'm not telling this friend of mine is not good. He is very intelligent because he's salutatorian in summer. Okay, because you know when you are studying in CIT, you will be amazed that most of them are honor students. When you are in the first year level, like this, honor student in another school, and then now like this, so you could expect it. A lot of them are honor students beside you. There's a salutatorian in CNU like that, CIT first honorable mention. So all will be like there's also not honor students, but their intelligent capacity is fast learner really, guys. I'm just sharing, huh? Okay, so you will be also encouraged to study a lot because your classmates also are fast learners. And maybe you will feel I'm only in the public school, though you are also the those academic excellence or the top three, things like that. Okay, but it doesn't, you also have the feeling to be like that, okay? Okay, I was not choosing here and I was very, very, very sad. Okay, and I keep on trying, and then until I read to GMC, General Milling Corporation in Batangas, Tanawan, Batangas. Okay, then not direct, but we are contractor for water treatment chemicals. And then my job is chemical analyst of water. I have experience how to analyze water. Okay, the boiler water, the cooling tower, the potable water. I need to analyze the chlorides, the salts, the phosphates, the total dissolved solids, the iron, name it, and the microbiological analysis of the water as well. Okay, so I'm acting as a water chemical analyst there, and I'm enjoying that there because it's process, right? Things like that. And after that, I shifted to, Coca-Cola Butters Philippines Incorporated. Okay? Like that. I'm applying for Cebu brand Bohol. Coca-Cola Butters Philippines Incorporated as a product chemical engineer, also in quality assurance department. So that's why I never regret to be in the OSH because I've already experienced in being a chemical engineer also and in the laboratory work. Okay, I've already experienced that for a matter of 4 years. Okay, yeah. Okay, since the time I graduated. Okay, so no retreat, no surrender, and there's no regret at all. It's like that. Okay, so going back. Nalayo, tapos sa chlorophyll, no? Okay, I'm telling my, NNK, malaan na siya. Okay, that's the point. Guys, it could not be denied, guys, in my younger years, my brain cells is so fast compared now. I don't know. I could still manage also, but it's totally different. We were young. Okay? Maybe you are still having more collagen protein compared now. Okay? Because it's the protein that helps us to be brilliant, smart, because our brains need protein, needs the specific protein. Okay? Like that, to be activated. Ganon. Nakakaloka. Okay, so we have our raw materials of the glucose kung dakuon. Maklaro ba kung mga palaga kang dito? Nakakaon na hindi ang tanan, no? Okay. Wow. Okay, glucose. Glucose ang kasulbaran. C6H12O6 plus oxygen is equal to, in chemistry we need to put in the center, if we try to put, for example, heat delta H or like a triangle that represents heat, or shall we say combustion. It's because combustion really is rapid oxidation also, but in this case this is photosynthesis, this is not hydrocarbon. Okay? You get the point? The applicability will not be the same. Okay, but the analogy will be the same, adding oxygen. Okay, now we have the sun here. My father, our father, with big eyes, beautiful nose, and very attractive mouth as well. Wow. Okay, things like that. And we have the light energy. Light energy. Okay, like that, light energy. So what does the sun function here? Okay, it will give the light to these raw materials to achieve the desired results of the product, which is carbon dioxide plus H2O plus ATP. Because our topic for today is ATP. So in our elementary, it's a little bit simpler. There's an introduction of ATP. Okay, it depends on the school, huh? Okay, things like that. So the sun components will be, as far as we can remember in our, oh my gosh, we are remembering the nuclear fusion and nuclear fission, things like that. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, nuclear fusion. When you mean of fusing, it will become fusing from large. If you cannot remember the definition, we need to analyze the term through, being a noun, being a verb, being a pronoun, being an adjective. It's in there that we can understand, not necessarily, going to the Google search. Right? Fission, like that. Okay, so meaning molecules. Like, if you try to fuse the solid, it will melt, right? Like that. Solid, it will melt. So it's gonna be, wait mga palangga. It's gonna be, from larger molecules to lower molecules is the nuclear fusion. Tama ba ko? Forgive me guys, because this is only stock knowledge. Okay, the nuclear fission, you need to say, you're gonna be the reverse. From smaller molecules to larger molecules. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, now, it's in here guys that in the sun chemical reaction, that's involving nuclear fission, not the fusion. Sorry if I'm an error, just correct me because it's very, very long time in my elementary level. Okay, so nuclear fission, this is what we call as this is transmutation, electrotransmutation or nuclear chemistry topic. Okay, nuclear chemistry involving nuclear energies. Okay, so transmutation, a conversion of element over the another, in which the example is an alloy. You need to alloy elements over the other, alloying, combination of, for example, copper bronze, like that, steel, stainless steel, like that. You have to add these two elements to will be alloy, the product, and this is gonna be, the process is all about alloying, right? This is in metallurgy. Okay, metallurgical engineering, things like that, dealing with metals. Okay, so it's gonna be nuclear fission, huh? But correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry talaga guys. I'm not 100% sure. So it's gonna be the nuclear fission that this sun composed of so many light hydrogen atom, with positive one proton. So we need to say, oh my gosh, naturally hydrogen is electropositive. Okay, so this is not discussed also in high school and elementary. We have two types of, charge, the electropositive, and the electronegative. Okay. These electropositive are those having positive charges elements or metals. Okay. The term electropositive means electrons to non-metals so that the non-metals will become electronegative, such as fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and negative one. Okay. Negatively charged ion is an anion. Okay. Like that. So it will become electronegative. Okay. So meaning electropositive will be partnered always with electronegative to achieve neutralization reaction. So that it will become a compound, so that they will be neutralized with each other. That's what we call compound. It's a neutral compound because after neutralization chemical reaction, neutral. That's why neutral compound. Since it's understood already that it's already a compound, you need to put a description neutral as an adjective. But if you try to be strict technically, all compounds are neutral because it cannot become compound without adding the two charges in opposite. It will never yield a zero total charge. So to compensate that, we have electropositive and electronegative to be added both to yield a total charge in chemistry. Because I love chemistry so much. Okay, things like that. You get the point. So you need to remember this, mga palangga, if you're good in chemistry, and especially if you are the representative of your school to join in chemistry quiz, to represent your school, you should study a lot. Okay? So that you can bring the bacon and the crown of your school. Okay? Things like that. But sorry, I'll never fail to win representing our school. Okay? Sorry. Okay. I will tell the truth, okay? So something like that. So at least if you become the champion in your school, that will be already a great reward. Okay? Especially in public schools, there's a lot of students there. Then you are the champion of chemistry. Right? Okay, it's a gift from God. Oh, blessings from God. Okay, it's gonna be like that. Okay, so through nuclear fission, right? Yeah, it's gonna be protium positively converted to deuterium. Hydrogen with positive 2 charge, it will now become more electropositive. The purpose of electron, these electrons will be given out to other element, the non-metal, so that it will become purely positive na talaga siya. Things like that. And after this deuterium, it will convert into tritium with positive 3 protons. And then, through this fission reaction, it will become compounded to a larger molecule, starting from a light molecule protium, deuterium. It will now yield helium. The last stage of the component of the sun is helium. Now you will ask me, so there was the phosphorus there. Phosphorus is the natural element, okay, inherent by the sun. This is not through nuclear fission. This is natural by him, given by God. Okay, sun has a natural phosphorus already. That's why we need phosphorus, because this phosphorus will be absorbed in the plants and animals, and those are our food. Of course, we will take that in our system, and it will become phosphates. That's why in adenosine triphosphate, there's also phosphate here. So the presence of phosphorus that will be absorbed from the heat of the sun through radiation. This is radiation here. This is radiant heat of the sun. Okay? Or shall we say ultraviolet rays of the sun. Okay? So meaning to say, we yield phosphate and convert it to phosphorus. So klaro kang definition that the phosphorus of the sun is still in our energy that we use every day, which is the ATP. Okay? So wag yun na yung trampas. You get the point? Things like that. So, after that, so the process here in capturing the light of the sun by this glucose, and then we yield phosphorus that can be achieved by the ATP. This is called oxidative phosphorylation, from the word phosphorus. Again, why oxidative? Again, we have rapid oxidation. Of course, it is oxidative. Okay, again, this is a process oxidative, meaning it describes the kind of process which is the rapid oxidation. So, oxidative, adjective. Okay, so oxidative, rapid oxidation, phosphorylation. 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 So, the key term is phosphorus, and you need to add lation. Okay, phosphorylation. Why there's an YL? Because this is connecting linkage. When you have connecting linkage, you have to end with L. Just like alkyl, hydroxyl, carbonyl, aryl, allyl, like that, acetyl. Okay, like that. You get? So the last one is L. That is also phosphorylation, because there's a process you have to add T-I-O-N. This is in English. Always put evaporation, filtration, sedimentation, okay, flotation, crystallization, filtration, a lot, distillation. There's a lot of processes, right? It ends with shun. Eviction. Nakakaloka. Attention. No, just joke only. I'm just trying to emphasize the shun at the end. Okay, so phosphorylation. So the entire process will be now oxidative phosphorylation, in which the sun will give phosphorus as a coenzyme, okay, to produce carbon dioxide and water plus adenosine triphosphate, so that we will be living in this planet Earth up to 70 years old, 80 years old, and 90 years old. Because without that, so serious na ako topic mo, kaya minsan na kamatayo. Okay, it's gonna be like that. Okay. So highly informative and academically standard vlog. Okay, it's gonna be like that. So if your brain cells will be easily get tired, then this is not the blood for you. Because this blood is letting your brains to be sharpened. Okay? We need to think critically. Because this is scientific, factual concept and principle. This is not joke. This is not humor only that makes you laugh, things like that. Okay? It helps you to use your brain cells to capture ideas and academic information. And that is tasky if your brain is used in different ideas, right? It's more tasky than physical. I think so. Right? Because if you are mentally stressed, your physical also will not be good. You'll be tired. So everything will be tired if your mental state of mind will be stressed. And others also will commit suicide just because of that. So you need to maintain our mental health, so that it will not suffer our physical health. You get the point? This will be affected our physical health, our emotional health, or a lot. Okay, social health, psychological health. What else? Spiritual health. It starts with the mental health. Really, it's in the central nervous system. Okay, get the point. That's why brain is put above, not downside, because it is on the top. Okay, to decide things better than the heart. Am I correct? It depends on the situation, right? Okay, but that's gonna be highly scientific. It should be the brain, right? In decision making. Okay, going back. Okay, nakakaloka. Okay, it's gonna be like that. Okay. Now, so we need to balance the equation. What's the time now? Too much talking, right? Maabdan ko ano yung magdamag. Charot! Okay? Nakakaloka. Okay, balance the chemical equation. Why we need to balance? Because we need to determine how much adenosine triphosphate that the person needs. Things like that. In order for us to survive, to live happily in this contemporary world. Like that. A big question mark. Things like that. So there's a specific amount needed of how many ATP we need to keep us healthy. Okay, things like that. So we have to balance the chemical equation, elemental balancing, of course, break down into elemental constituent individually. So the procedure is according to the law of conservation of matter, that the total number of atoms in the raw materials or the reactant will be equal to the total number of atoms in the product, things like that. And then the steady state parameter or steady state condition, meaning it's independent of time. So meaning to say, law of continuity. Okay, steady state chemical reaction. Or steady state quasi-chemical equilibrium. Things like, or the state, it's in the state of dynamic equilibrium. In which the rate of the chemical reaction, of the backward chemical reaction, and the forward chemical reaction will be equal. Or the rate of the products will be equal to the rate of the chemical reaction rate, that's what I mean, of the raw materials. So we're talking now of kinetics, right? How fast and slow the chemical reaction really is. Kinetics, chemical reaction engineering, or chemical kinetics. Things like that. You get the point? So, we need to balance na, no? So, carbon. We need to use the algebraic balancing. I'm not good in math, disclaimer, but I love to do this because it's sure that compared to trial and error method balancing. Algebraic expression balancing. Okay? Okay. Focus here, eyes on the board, because some teachers are not teaching this. Okay? They are teaching the trial and error method balancing in chemistry. That is not accurate because we have so many number of moles later on, more than 2, more than 3, and it's not easy to trial and error method if we have bigger number of atoms and bigger number of moles. Trial and error method is only good for below 5 moles, like this, and the atoms are lesser. What if you have 125, 150? You can do that by trial and error method? It's not. So you use algebraic expression balancing equation. Okay, first year college, I used this already. First year college, because I discovered this in the library. Nobody taught me, sorry, disclaimer. Nobody taught me to do this algebraic expression balancing equation. Sariling sikap. Okay? I referred so many books before achieving this one. Because my personality, when studying, I will never be contented in one book and two books. I need two, three, four, so that I can easily understand. I go to the most simplified and very easy to understand books. Okay? Because other books are very complicated to understand. Okay? Things like that. So, algebraic tahan. Okay, mabalik ta atong. Let x is the number of blah blah blah. Let y is the number of blah blah blah. So we need to say function of x and y. Okay? Function meaning we have two variables here, but we will be dealing here only simply the monomial, not the polynomial. Why monomial? Because we are only involving linear algebraic expression, and there is no exponent at all in our expression. For example, let's review a little bit with algebra. As far as I remember, my stock knowledge works now. We have 2x plus 3 is equals to 8. This is algebraic expression, right? Or algebraic equation. Okay. So how many terms? The terms are 2. 1, 2. Because 8 and 3 is in the same plus 5 is equal to 0. Things like that. So there are 2 terms. Okay, like that. And there is only one order. Okay. This is just like the same chemical kinetics, right? The exponent will become the order, things like that. Okay. So, like that. And the expression is only one. One expression. Why? Because this is only one linear equation with only one variable. That's why one algebraic expression. That if this is 2x plus 3, this is 2 algebraic expression with x and y variables. Meaning, the expression matters on the variables if you put so many letters. The order refers to the exponential or the exponent. How many times it is being raised to the power blah blah blah. And the terms is going to be 1 to the partnership. Okay? Like that. Partnership with different variables. That is the terms. Or even though there's no partner, as long as that is another, another style of grouping. Okay, here. Example, 2x plus 3y is equal to first term is 2x, second term is 3y, third term is 8. Like that. 3 terms. Okay, 2 algebraic expression because there are x and y involved over, but this is only one algebraic equation. Linear algebraic equation. Okay. And that is basically monomial. Ano polynomial na siya? Because there's an x and y. Okay? Like that. So, it's gonna be like that. If you remember the topic of monomial, binomial, trinomial, and polynomial in algebraic equation in algebra. The basic math in engineering, okay, is algebra. Okay, look the point. Or arithmetic math. Arithmetic. Ganun ba? Arithmetic. Because my mother told me that's arithmetic in their time. Because I'm listening also with them discussing with math before. When I was, 4 years old, 5 years old, even though I'm not in school, I pay attention to them. We talk about things like this, tamban like this. Okay, I create interest since a very child. Talking about things like this. Okay, so that's why you will be growing in that kind of approach, loving academic information. Not only academic, all about ideas and information. Okay, got the point? Things like that. Any questions so far? Mga palang akong hitad. And after that, I will be going back to another topic for the ATP, Taas mo ba siya guys? Good. Ang tinugdan sa tanan. Okay, now carbon, 6. So, say 6 carbon here in the glucose. Because state of dynamic equilibrium, so we put equal sign. So equal means equilibrium. Okay? So we have 6 is equal to, let X, the number of atoms that will equalize to the number of atoms of carbon in the glucose compound. So let's say X. So X atoms. That's why X will equal to 6 directly. That's why you will put X immediately to beside the CO2. There's a reason. It's totally different when you say 6 here, 6 here. Your purpose only is to match, right? There's no relevance, there's no principle. Why you need to match? This is the question. Why you need to match the number of moles in order to be balanced? Then why it will need to be balanced? Things like that. Until you will go to why. It will be your root cause analysis. It will go back really to the law of conservation of matter. After asking why we need to balance, after why we need to have like this, and the last one will, because of law of conservation of matter, because this is according to the father of modern chemistry, okay, Antoine Lavoisier, the father of modern chemistry. Okay, things like that. So mo ginatong root cause kung sitag pangutana asa, sitag big at sa siya minapakatubag, wala na answer. Okay. Get the point? Anak siya. So 6 moles or 6 atoms of carbon. Okay. Ganan. Now, let's go to the hydrogen. Mga palangga kong hinag. ATP will not include in the balancing because it will only capture energy. Okay? Not really focusing on the amount of moles. You get the point? Okay, because a number putting beside the compound, guys, is the number of moles. So I need to emphasize this. Okay, moles, molecule, atoms, ions, particles, like that. You need to familiarize what's the difference one over the other. Dito magpataka ha. Okay, what is a mole? What is a molecule? What is an atom? What is an ion? What is a particle? Okay. Mole is the basic unit amount of a substance. Basic unit amount of a substance. Okay. So this is usually written beside the element or a compound, regardless of subscript. For example, if I have diatomic gas or oxygen gas, O2, you will never say 2 moles. You will say 1 mole of oxygen gas. Because this is the written beside the element or compound. You will say, I will never say either 1 atom of oxygen gas. It's wrong grammar, wrong chemistry grammar. You will never say 1 ion of, no, it's not ion, because ion is applicable only to positive, negative charge and positive, negative charge. Meaning to say, ionic compound. Okay? When you split the ionic compound, it will yield positive and negative ions. So these are the ions over here. Okay? Nansin na to ang ions, no? Now, what is atom? Okay? What is an atom? Okay? Atom is the smallest or tiniest particle. Smallest or tiniest particle in a nucleus. Okay? Like that. So meaning to say, this is particle. Okay? Meaning to say, particle is less than an atom. Because in the English phrasing, so many particles, and I have still here the particle here, definition. At the last, so meaning to say, atom and particle is not the same. Meaning atom is a group of particles, but tiniest and smallest particles, verb. Plural with S. Particle is singular, particles are plural. Okay, you got the point. So meaning to say atom is a little bit larger than a particle. I will explain later, okay? We explained already the ion and the molecule. The molecules, chemistry grammar, just like the version of the mole. But nowadays, mole and molecule can be changed interchangeably because if you try to break the molecule, it will become a group of moles. Things like that. So for example, if I have water, okay, how molecule of water here? Okay, you'll say 1 molecule of water that contains 1 mole of oxygen and 1 mole of hydrogen. Things like that. So a group of moles to become 1 molecule. Okay? Things like that. You understand now? And now you will use in molecule the Avogadro per molecule conversion factor. Okay, moles to molecule. How many molecules in 2.3 moles of carbon is automatically you can get because you have the Avogadro number like this. Okay, like that. So it's really to say in the problem solving, the chemical calculation or the stoichiometry, chemistry problems, it will say calculate how. It will change your computation. Product will yield. It's not asking molecules. If you are chemical engineers or chemists, if you are familiarizing that, it will never say like that. If you are observant, Charo, first year college you can solve chemistry problems. You can never understand the difference and the normal way of hearing and awkward asking of question. You will feel that also sometimes first year ka pa. You get the point? So you should be observant because observant is being a quality of a scientist. You'll never become a scientist. Things like that. Unless siguro kung nanay mga Avogadro number na gihatag sa imong given. That's why you are forced to compute the molecules there in your problem. But if not stated, usually expressed in moles. Quantitative stoichiometric amounts because siya sa chemical reaction. Of course, it will be balanced first. Okay. Done with moles, molecules, atoms. What is a particle? The particle really is a group of substance inside the nucleus, which is the proton, the neutron, and the electron. These are what we call particles. Okay, like that. You will never say, oh, how many particles of acetic acid? It's awkward also in chemistry. You will never say that because we are referring to these three, proton, neutrons, and electrons. The grammar you use is wrong. Okay? Like that. So you'll never say also, proton and neutron molecules, samot. you need to have an appropriate grammar also in chemistry, not only in English. You get the point. That is chemistry grammar. Okay? If you are majoring in chemistry or you love science profession, then you need to be particular with this. Okay? But if your course is not related to science, it's okay. Okay? Because you don't have to study science and math. Okay? As your focus of concentration. Okay? So particles gani, there is a ground state, an excited state, and then in the outermost shell, like this, in electronic configuration, principal quantum number, energy level 1, energy level 2, then it will jump, like that. It will jump if it is in an excited state, like that. Okay, 1s2, 2s2, 3p2, like that. Electronic configuration is the basis of our elements' physical and chemical properties. Again, theory. The basis of chemical and physical properties of each element in the periodic table is the electronic configuration. So I remember this in the board examination also. Okay? You get the point? Things like that. Theory, huh? Okay. So, magkano? Kung saan na kulay theory? Kakandok. Mula budget. Okay, that's the point. Guys, who are taking engineering today, so I am in front of you. So do you remember the advanced engineering math? Advanced engineering math. This is the highest form of mathematics and engineering courses, right? Advanced engineering math. It will be dealing with Laplace equations like that. And sometimes it involves, not sometimes, it will have the prerequisite of differential equations, right? DE. Now, oh my gosh, and we also have our prerequisite of integral calculus and differential calculus, right? As you can remember, integration and differentiation, things like that. Then, there's a difficult, as far as I remember, I looked up on the transport records. Oh my gosh, I have a very high advanced engineering math than this calculus. I don't know. Murag nabalik. Nakakaloka. Really guys, it's gonna be 4 plus. Things like that, because our highest grade in CIT is 5. Okay, not 1. Okay? Things like that. I wonder why, oh my gosh, I have a better score in the most advanced math in engineering. How can it be? I can't explain. Okay, get the point. Okay, things like that. Okay, but my lower math is not so high. I guess I'm not good in math. My lower okay, it's gonna be like things like that. Ako, mas medyo pumangupya sa una kay wako'y salin. You get the point? Wako'y salin sa akong kopyahan. That's the main reason. Number two, magkurog-kurog. You get the point? Ma-guilty if I will do that thing because I know. Why should I copy in the first place? I know how to answer the question. Things like that. So, taas itong standard, hindi ko mangopya. Okay, get the point? So it's gonna be like that. So it's gonna be, balancing the equation, it's gonna be 6 like this, 6 like that, and then go to the hydrogen. Okay. How to balance the hydrogen? Mga panakakomitad here, 12 times 1, 12, and then there's hydrogen here also, 2. So a deficit of 10 in the product, which is in the water. So let's let X as the number of atoms you will put beside water. X. Algebra. Okay. 6 times 2, 12. So 12 is equal to 2 times X. 2X. So for the value of X, then X is equal to 6. So we need 6 atoms to compensate the deficient of atoms of hydrogen in water compared to the glucose hydrogen. So we need to put here 6 atoms here. Balance na ba mga palangga? And then we go to the last is oxygen. After this we will stop because you know it will take a longer time because you know I need to be detailed. Not scripted kasi. Okay? You got the point? So not scripted meaning not systematized. Okay? Anything that comes out in my mouth, I will deliver. Things like that. So it's gonna be like, wait ha. Okay. Oxygen na tama pala na akong hitad. 6 times 1, 6. And then oxygen 2 times 1, 2. Why I always emphasize 1? Because if there is number beside the element and compound, you have to multiply that to the subscript. So some teachers also came and don't discuss this. Some of the students will be lost. Again, students, atom is equal to the subscript. What is subscript right there? Remember, we have superscript. That's subscript, superscript, and strike through. Okay? So go to the subscript. Subscript is the number written at the bottom. That is subscript. So subscript times the coefficient. What is coefficient, Sotero? The number written beside the element or compound. So this comprises your atom during your balancing. You see, I always emphasize 2 times 1, 6 times 1, because it happens there's no number beside element oxygen and the compound glucose. But sometimes there's a lot of numbers there. That's why we yield not the same answer. You get the point? So it should be emphasized like that number of atoms is equal to the subscript times the coefficient. The number of moles doesn't apply the subscript, only the number written beside the element and the compound, so that you can distinguish between atom and a mole. Get the point? Things like that. So atoms, we need balance. We are balancing the atoms. We are not balancing the moles. Okay? And that's very clear. Okay, so 6 plus 2 is equal to, and then oxygen 2 times 6, 12. Okay, then plus 6 like that. So 12 plus 6 is 18 in the product, and then the reactant or the raw material, so we have 8. There's a deficit of 10 atoms to compensate this. Then let X as the unknown of atoms, you will put 2. Take note, there are 2 here. We have the glucose and we have the oxygen. Where to put the X unknown atoms? Think of it. We need to put the most smaller number of atoms beside oxygen, X. Or another reason, put the unknown in not complicated, declaration. What do you mean not complicated declaration? Meaning to say, the solo flight will be your first target. Solo flight element. Fluoride, nitride, oxygen gas, element only ba? But compound is the second choice. When you let X as a number of atoms to dissolve. Okay, it's in the oxygen because you have two choices kasi eh. It's between glucose, it's between oxygen. Let's go to the elemental solo flight element. Solo flight meaning free element, single. Okay, you get the point. So we have to put here X. Then algebraic expression 2 times X is equals to 2X. This is the oxygen from the solo flight oxygen plus the oxygen in the glucose. 6 times 1. This is 6. Is equal to 12. 2 times 6, we have 12, right? And oxygen here in the water, there's no subscript, right? So 1. So 1 times 6 is equals to 64. 12 plus 6 is 18. Then algebraic equation transposed. 2x is equals to 18 minus 6. 2x is equals to 12. X is the least common denominator. It's gonna be 6 or divided with this. We have to X, we have to put 6 beside oxygen gas. Okay, so we need 6 moles of oxygen gas to complete our rapid oxidation to produce carbon dioxide, water, and the adenosine triphosphate as our source of energy. Now, it is really balanced. We will check by visual inspection. Carbon 6, perfect. Hydrogen 12, hydrogen perfect. Oxygen 12 plus 6, 18, and the product, okay, 6 plus 12, 18, perfect. So we balance by algebraic equation. Nung pala ko dito, ano kinakuha dito na ako first year pa lang, ha? Because in high school, I used the trial and error method, the conventional or the traditional way that our teachers teaching us. Okay? Of course, the word itself, trial and error. There is possibility that you will be in error. Why use that method? Trial and error. So sa yan palang pangalan, Laguna. Okay, so use the equation, algebraic equation balance. Sometimes we need to take it over. Think critically. Things like that. Okay? Okay. So sad to say, they are using the trial and error. Most of the students now. I wish I could be your chemistry instructor. Okay, like that. Okay, so it's gonna be like this, okay? So all chemicals can be balanced, huh? There's no chemicals that cannot be balanced. Okay? If that is cannot be balanced, then you are producing the wrong products or either you are having the wrong reactants and raw materials. Okay? So like that. Okay? So muna na siya itong basic equation. Okay. In our cellular respiration, aerobic cellular respiration, to produce an ATP, we have glucose coming from the chlorophyll plus 6 moles of oxygen is equal to 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus the ATP. Okay. The water here is not the water we mean of drinking, huh? This is the biosynthesized water. So what is biosynthesized? This will be produced by the process biosynthesis, obviously. Biosynthesis. Okay. Bio means life. Synthesis means combination reaction of different molecules. That's why biosynthesis. When you speak about biosynthesis, you are producing large molecules from smaller molecules bonded together. That is synthesis or combination. See, the word bio here would mean only life because we are dealing here with plants. Okay? Like this, the glucose from the chlorophyll, from the leaf of the plant, which the food we eat later to be processed, and our adenosine triphosphate also to give us protein or energy later on. Okay? So, the water here is biosynthesized. This is not the water we drink daily alatul. This is the natural water can be produced by the rapid oxidation of glucose and oxygen. So this is how powerful really the science is with the inherent gift and miracle of God. Imagine you are adding solid and a gas, right? Expected your product is a solid also and a gas, right? Then where is the liquid? Where you produce liquid? Where does liquid come in? There's a logic, right? Again, you are adding solid and a gas. Then why you will yield water? Miracle, right? Because that phase is not found in a reactant, then it produces like this. So that means that food is not highly natural. It's not forced to produce like that. It is not artificial. It is really natural by the process. Okay? For example, also, let's go to the basic. We have the water that God gave to us. Or Papa Jesus gave us water na bigay dahil sa mga river, ocean, lake, like that sea, what else? Swamp, pond, name it. Okay, all kinds of streams, you have the creeks, falls, all types of sources of water. Dam, name it, rain, everything. I mentioned na Dokotagan. Okay, like a reservoir, water reservoir. Compost water by natural chemical reaction, what it will produce. Meaning we don't add anything. We are just only doing the decomposition naturally in the planet Earth through sunlight, like this, plus one so. Right? This is H2O liquid. Right? Things like H2O liquid. H2O liquid will yield hydrogen gas plus oxygen gas. Now I will ask you, why you will produce gas and your reactant is liquid? Explain. Even scientists cannot explain this. If this is the thing that you cannot explain, the control for that is our Almighty God. This is the limitation of our scientists. Because even though you study a million of times, you can never say and process here. You don't put heat by artificial. You don't burn. You don't do catalytic cracking. You don't do fractional pyrolysis or burning either. Then why you produce this decomposition product? This is natural. This is only the air, like this. Okay? It produces gas. And then we try to reverse that also. The gas plus gas will become liquid. Why? Okay? Why the gas will become liquid? Answer me. I post this in the Facebook and nobody answers. Zoma cum laude cannot answer this. Even scientists. Only God can answer this. Okay. There's no Zoma cum laude with this kind of chemical reaction. Okay. This cannot be answered until now. Kasi taga Harvard University pa mo, this will never be answered really. Because this is natural chemical reaction given by God. Just like, let there be light, come. Let there be water, come. And the water will come during the creation of the world. In the times of, our Moses, Abraham, like that. Okay? Things like this. Okay? Now, there's also another magic for this. So we are starting with water, right? Take note mga palangga akong gitan. Masipyat na nagaway sa imong stoichiometric relationship, balancing. So H2 gas will yield H2 gas plus oxygen gas, and you have to balance that. Assuming that this is balanced already. We're not particular because we're introducing only the concept. We're trying to be strict. Let's balance it. H2 water is very easy, right? Put 2 here, then put 2 kalas. 2 moles of water will yield 2 moles of hydrogen gas plus oxygen gas. Okay. But another way around, H2O gas, you get the point? Okay, like that. H2O will yield H2O, but it will yield hydrogen peroxide. But the same formula, how can it be? Again, H2 gas plus oxygen gas, if you try to reverse the chemical reaction, will produce hydrogen peroxide, H2O2. Why it is not water? Explain. Then it's also H2 gas plus oxygen gas is also water. And then take note, masipyat na kagamay. This hydrogen peroxide is a suspected carcinogen. And water is the basis of our life through cellular respiration in order for us to live. Don't tell me you will drink hydrogen peroxide. But still, natural process. See how wonderful the Lord God creation really is. There are things that cannot be explained, even science. Okay? So, like that. So, and that reaction, you can determine whether it's reversible chemical reaction or irreversible chemical reaction. Okay, endothermic chemical reaction, or could it be exothermic chemical reaction? Things need to study that a lot also. Ha? Okay. To the point, so that is enough is enough for the ATP. Okay, ATP formula, I already introduced you the chlorophyll, right? Formula. The formula of ATP, as far as I could remember, nasa tani. Okay, adenosine. So we have carbon, 10 atoms of carbon. Correct me if I'm wrong, based on my memory. So hydrogen is gonna be, sorry guys, it's gonna be 16 atoms of hydrogen. And then nitrogen. Nitrogen is gonna be 5 atoms of nitrogen. Sorry talaga. Oxygen is 13 atoms and phosphorus is 3 atoms. There are 5 elements. So meaning to say in ATP, we need only 5 basic elements to live or to be healthy. Basic, I'm not telling the other elements. We need carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus. Did you know pala kasi si bukog? Si phosphorus. Because we cannot also walk if our bone is not healthy because phosphorus is for the bone. See? Medyo pala kasi sa phosphorus. Hindi kami sa adlaw, sun. Because sun has an element phosphorus naturally. Okay? Oxygen, of course, the air. Nitrogen, God also created the nitrogen, 79% by volume. Okay? Hydrogen also coming from the sun because the lightest element in the universe. Carbon is the backbone of all elements in the planet Earth. Okay? All around us is composed of carbon. That's why, if there's a fire, the color is black. That is the residue of carbon atom. Na may fire na ang color pink, nothing. It's always black. And that's the presence of carbon. Okay? All materials around us, naagid siya carbon. Okay? You get the point? So we are loaded of carbon atoms second to second, minute to minute, hours to hours. Things like this. Especially the carbohydrates. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Now, the carbon dioxide will be, what we call in science for this? Evaporation or vaporize. It will go up, meaning vaporization takes place. It will go to the atmosphere because CO2 is a gas. That's why you need to exhale this, either dugab or utot. Okay? Fart. F-A-R-T is the English of utot. Okay. So really, our utot is carbon dioxide. Okay? So two outlets, the anal or the anus and the mouth for CO2 to be released. Right? Okay. Why CO2 nga magawa sa kuan ha? Sa diha nga kuan sa bangag sa imong utin. Okay? Ang CO2 magawas na gud siya sa lubot o sa bakba. Okay. Bakba din sa nose mo kuan sa siya kay ginhawa nimo kuan sa apil sa siya pero ang nose mo good inhalation man gud siya sa bakba gid siya. Okay? You get the point? Ang water magpabilin because this is really the driver of all synthesis of biochemicals. Katong lipid, protein, nucleic acid, carbohydrates. If there's no water, then this will not be, this will not be produced. Because water really is a driver for all chemical reactions. Biochemical reaction is already. Okay. Then the oxygen, of course, rapid oxidation is that will produce product because we inhale oxygen every second, every minute, wherever we are. Okay, we cannot sleep without oxygen. Of course, normally we will not be living without oxygen, right? And we will not also be living without glucose because it's our energy also. Okay, get the point? So, for example, lactose, sucrose, later on will be simplified to glucose later. In the glucolysis reaction in the biochemical pathway of our glucolysis as a part of cellular respiration. Okay, nothing, right? Okay, so our ATP is done, right? Get the point. So this is very, very important. So any questions so far mga kalangkatong hitad for this topic? Adenosine Triphosphate is the main source of energy of all living organisms. Photosynthetic living organism, meaning coming from the light energy of the sun. Things like that. And then in order for us to live happily ever after in the planet Earth. And I thank you. Thank you so much for watching for this vlog. I hope you like the notification for some viewers. About health, science, safety, and music channel of Sotero. Things like that. And you can also click and subscribe my YT channel if you haven't subscribing yet, right? Okay, I will be very, very grateful to that. Okay? Thank you so much. See you later for my next topic of this vlog sessions. Charots! Nakapaloka ha. O diba? Ganon! Charot. Charot lang.